If you're looking at the SwitchBot Plug Mini hoping for the ultimate smart plug experience, stick around because this honest review is going to change what you think. This tiny device promises seamless Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri, and SmartThings integration with real-time energy monitoring and a non-blocking, compact design. But here's what surprised me. The SwitchBot Plug Mini might not be the flawless smart plug you imagine. In fact, it has some quirks and issues that might make you think twice before clicking buy. So, what exactly are the problems and are they deal breakers? Let's dive deep and get the full picture. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, if you love easy home automation and want smart plugs that genuinely work without a fuss, you're in the right place. But if you're expecting this mini plug to transform your home into a futuristic paradise overnight, well, there's more to the story. Stay with me because, by the end, you'll know exactly if it suits your setup or if you should keep scrolling for better options. Also, a quick heads up. These things sell fast, prices shift, so check the link in the description for the best deal while it lasts. Let's kick things off by talking about the promise. At $12.99, the SwitchBot Plug Mini positions itself as an affordable smart home must-have that works with multiple voice assistants and even offers real-time energy monitoring. Sounds too good to be true. Well, sometimes it is. The good news: the plug is really compact, measuring about 1 inch by 1 inch, and doesn't block your other outlets like some bulky alternatives. This is honestly a breath of fresh air if your outlets tend to be crowded or weirdly spaced. No more wrestling with plugs just to get your devices connected. One of the standout features advertised is dual connectivity. Here's the twist. It uses Wi-Fi for the initial setup but falls back on Bluetooth to maintain connection if your Wi-Fi goes down. At first glance, that's genius because it promises uninterrupted control even when your internet is unstable. But here's the catch. In real-world use, this dual connectivity can also introduce confusion and connection drops depending on your home setup. Imagine this. Your smart plug works great 1 minute, then suddenly seems offline the next because it's switching back and forth between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's like your smart plug has mood swings. For the tech-savvy, you might find ways around it. For most, this inconsistency could get frustrating fast. Okay, quick promise rehook. I'll share shortly a surprising story from a user who tried this plug with a heavy-duty space heater. The outcome might change how you view the safety claims about overload protection. Speaking of safety, the SwitchBot Plug Mini is ETL certified and claims overload protection to keep your home safe, especially with high-wattage devices. That's a big deal because not all budget smart plugs have that level of certification. Still, one customer reported their heater kept tripping the plug's protection, leaving them in the cold, literally. So, safety is addressed but with some caveats depending on your appliance. Let's talk energy monitoring because here's an area where the SwitchBot Plug Mini shines, and maybe foreshadows why you might still want one. It tracks real-time power draw updating every second and lets you export data for long-term analysis. If you love geeky details or want to cut down on your electric bill by tracking power-hungry appliances, this feature is gold. Think of it like this. The plug is your personal energy detective, pointing out when your washer or dryer has finished so you save energy by unplugging on time. That said, the energy monitoring isn't perfect. Some users say the readings can show slight inaccuracies or delayed updates depending on Bluetooth range. If you live in a big house like me, moving away from the plug might mean your app shows outdated info. But if you're within a good Bluetooth radius and patient about syncing, you get genuinely useful insights. Now, for a bit of storytelling. Imagine you're a busy parent, juggling kids, work, and household chores. You plug the SwitchBot Mini into your laundry room outlet. Awesome, the app shows your washer's real-time energy usage. Then suddenly, your Wi-Fi cuts out. Common, right? No problem, the plug switches to Bluetooth. But here's the shocker. The Bluetooth range isn't unlimited, So if you're upstairs and the laundry is in the basement, your app might lose connection or show errors. I had this exact problem. It's as if the plug decided to ghost me mid-task, very unhelpful when you're relying on tech to streamline your day. By this point, you might be wondering if this smart plug is for you. Here's the deal. If you're tech-savvy, patient, and want a budget-friendly smart plug with nifty energy tracking features, SwitchBot Plug Mini is a solid candidate. It's especially useful if your Wi-Fi is rock solid or your smart home setup centers around Bluetooth-friendly areas. However, if you want a set-it-and-forget-it device that works seamlessly with watt-heavy gear or across a sprawling house, you might want to hold off. Either way, the compact size is a big win for outlet real estate. Oh, and here's a joke to lighten things up. Why don't smart plugs ever get invited to parties? Because they're always turning things off. Speaking of turning off, let's punch in some user experience quirks. Some reviews praise SwitchBot for easy setup and intuitive app, but others mention the initial pairing can be tricky. I personally spent a few minutes troubleshooting before everything synced. It felt like introducing your new smart plug to the Wi-Fi was like fixing a blind date, awkward at first but smooth once connected. Rehook alert. Up next, I'll reveal how this plug stacks up against household competitors and give you a surprising tip to maximize its performance at no extra cost. Plus, a second joke. So stick around. Meanwhile, another thing I appreciate is the plug's safety profile. The ETL certification means it's been thoroughly tested to meet strict safety standards. However, keep in mind that inexpensive smart plugs can sometimes lag behind pricier rivals when it comes to build quality. For example, if you plan on plugging in a high-wattage space heater or a fancy espresso machine, double-check that your plug can handle the wattage continuously without overheating. Did I mention the design? At 1 inch square, it almost disappears behind your furniture or appliances. Unlike some smart plugs that look like mini transformers and block the rest of the outlet, this one keeps your other sockets free. That may sound minor, but if you live in an apartment with limited outlets, trust me, it's a game changer. Also, because it integrates with Apple's Siri shortcuts and Google Assistant, you get hands-free control across your devices with just your voice. Imagine telling your smart speaker, "Turn off the living room lamp," and boom, the plug executes perfectly, assuming it's online. Although I joked about awkward first dates with Wi-Fi, the setup is actually pretty straightforward for most users. You plug it in, download the SwitchBot app, and follow on-screen instructions. But beware, because it relies on 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi bands and Bluetooth, if your router settings are complicated or you have a dual-band system with different SSIDs, things can get tangled. A bit of tech savvy helps avoid frustration. Joke number 3. Why did the smart plug break up with its router? Because it found the connection too unstable. Ha! But seriously, network issues are one of the main reasons users get annoyed. The fallback Bluetooth protects you somewhat, but it can't fix poor networking overall. Now, here's the tip I promised. If you want to optimize the SwitchBot Plug Mini's performance, pair it with a Bluetooth range extender or SmartThings hub. This setup expands the effective range of your smart devices and reduces those pesky drop-offs. It's like giving your smart plug a little jetpack to keep connected no matter where it's hiding. So, wrapping this all up, the SwitchBot Plug Mini is an affordable, compact smart plug with real-time energy monitoring and cross-platform voice assistant support. Its biggest strengths are size, safety certifications, and detailed energy tracking, especially valuable if you want to monitor power usage for savings. However, its dual connectivity approach, while innovative, could cause some connection inconsistency. And if you live in a larger home or rely heavily on Wi-Fi alone, you might face interruptions. Will I recommend it? Yes, if you understand the limits and want a budget-friendly smart plug that won't hog your outlets and gives you neat energy insights. It's perfect for smaller homes, apartments, or tech enthusiasts who enjoy tweaking smart setups. But if plug-and-play stability is your one priority, you may want to scroll carefully and weigh more expensive or mainstream alternatives. Remember, prices change very fast, so for the best deal on the SwitchBot Plug Mini, check the link in the description below. With a 4.5-star rating on Amazon, many users find it a solid pick. But now you know the pros and cons straight from a real-world perspective. So go ahead, make an informed choice, and power up your smart home the right way. Thanks for watching and happy automating.